Today on EPL, we will talk about the dating in the waiting game. How do you know when it's time to let them have it and put it on them?
Good.
Show them what you're working with. I'm making up my own lyrics.
That's because,
Show 'em
as
what you're
usual,
working with.
Sheree has no idea what the current song is about.
Show them what you're working
But you
with.
gotta bounce back. What?
Who is this?
This is Big Sean
This
I knew
song
that.
is dope,
I knew that.
though.
from Detroit.
I love
Why is
this
Big
song.
Sean big though?
Hey.
Last night
I got
took a half night,
nobody,
bounced
I'm
back.
nobody. I've been Wait, I don't want to embarrass myself. So I don't know but I like it because it's very like, last night things went crappy, but today I bounced back, you
Bounced
know?
back.
So that's the moral of the story. We bounce back.
No, the moral of the story is, since we're talking about dating and shooting your shot, sometimes a guy may turn you down. Next day, you gotta bounce back.
Boom.
So,
Boom. That was a great way to end it. Boom.
It's good.
Thank you, Demetrius, for our up-to-date music selection.
Selection of the day.
you're welcome,
So-
woman to my right.
She don't even get a name
So
today.
appreciate you. Welcome, you guys, to Eat, Pray, and Live. We are so excited to have you here. We got a real juicy show,
we
and,
do.
and it's gonna be a little warm and hot under the collar. That's why I didn't wear no collar today, because it's gonna be a little toasty up in here. To my immediate right, I have my millennial me, Mrs. Stacy Ike.
What's up, guys? How are you?
I called you Mrs. That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
okay.
he
We're not
cometh.
there yet.
He
He
cometh.
cometh.
He
He's
cometh.
coming. Where you at?
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Winky, 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 winky. Just kidding,
He
people.
might be watching, Stacey. And to her left, we have my male me, Mr. Demetrius Jones.
Hello, America. Thank you, female.
Oh, wow.
Should be.
That's funny.
That's
Love in the
no.
room.
I'm not even
That's
going there.
funny.
So much love.
Demetrius, we have a love relationship.
Love, love.
Aw,
Love.
you're so kind.
And then last but never least, or she will cut you.
Apparently
We really make her like so much more military than she actually is.
I'm a lover.
We
man.
have my militant me, Courtney Stewart.
What's up, y'all?
Say hey,
Very
y'all.
funny.
You ain't like lightweight afraid of Stacey? I mean, not
Of
Stacey.
Courtney?
Of Courtney?
No,
I think now that I've like hung out with her and for a full day, no, not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. I will say that.
Why you
Well,
looking
just
at me
like
like
if
that?
you're like
Don't scare me. And you don't scare me at all.
He's
Anybody.
done. No, yeah, no, she's not like scary, but you know, she's more direct and straight to the point. I'm like a
Yeah.
sugarcoater, but she's like, no, you're a sweetheart.
No, she is a sweetheart. Don't get me wrong. As Demetrius would say, America. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Courtney just don't play.
Yeah,
You let
she's
her
just
play.
to it.
You ain't got a whole
that's
lot
fair
of wiggle
enough.
room
Fair
before
enough.
you get a look, you get a side eye
take
or a
You get the truth.
backhand.
Yeah.
You know,
take that.
it's like that sometimes. Oh gosh, I wish y'all could see. Can you see our cover?
You working on it.
The dating and the waiting game. We're going to get into that. But first, how y'all living?
Deep breath.
That was a deep breath.
That was, I know.
Big sigh.
I needed it. Honestly, I think sometimes when I come around you guys, like I'm like, oh, yeah, like I can just.
Oh,
breath.
you can woosah.
Yeah, I can
it was.
woosah.
It was an exhale.
It was an exhale.
You ready for some?
It was a strong week.
How are you gonna give you? How you gonna drink champagne?
I'm
when
probably
you got
not.
Your,
I need to talk to
Well,
a lot
then
of
we
people.
not
Look
gonna
how-
waste it.
She's pumping that bubbly, y'all.
She could remove
popping
it
that
as she
bubbly.
drinks, you know?
No, but then how's she gonna
The
have
live
her
isn't
little
happening.
setup situation?
I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely using that one.
She's on Facebook
And
Live
for the
for those of y'all
homies?
listening. and
Yes,
have no
I'm on
idea
Facebook
what we're
Live.
Yeah,
talking
sorry
about.
about. Thank you,
Yeah.
Courtney, for clearing
Some
that up.
fun bands.
Y'all, let's get into, and I apologize in advance because I am really dragging today. Am I the only one?
No, I get it. That's why I took that exhale because it's like I don't know if what is it?
What
It's
is
Black History
going
Month. We
on?
should be like,
Yes, it's Black History Month. We should be in a
tired.
celebratory,
I don't know.
kind
I
of.
just feel like it's been a busy week.
it's been a busy week.
Yeah.
Like
And it hasn't
definitely.
stopped. This is
Definitely.
The whole energy is not the same.
Like all of us are just kind of like, and this is not the usual us. We're usually on 10, but that just means we're working hard.
Demetrius is consistent.
Yeah, we're working
He's
hard.
always a downer. But we're usually
We should fix his energy. I'm not even gonna help her. I'm not for this one. Cause
And wait, look.
Sheree knows why I'm like this. She knows why I'm like, man, this is some bullshit right here, Sheree.
I don't.
We
He's
don't know what
making up
happened.
stuff.
Right.
She be making up
She
stuff.
know.
She be making up
Okay.
stuff.
She know.
So let's get into Kiki Palmer suing Trey Songz. Let me kind of set this up for you guys. Let me find my little page where it is. Okay, Palmer claims that Trey Songz and his production team secretly filmed her during, I guess it was like a pop-up music video shoot.
Yeah.
So in the video, Kiki's only 23 years old. She briefly appears sitting on a couch taking selfies on her phone. Her likeness appears in the track's lyrics, but they have actually pulled that down. But apparently the lyric is, I palm her.
Like Kiki Palmer. Yeah.
P-U, Pouche. Okay, so we're gonna listen. Let's set this. Let's watch the clip.
And then we'll go into it further.
We should watch
They
the
start
clip
playing a
of.
song that I happen to be in.
We
They
should
start
watch the clip
saying
of
like
Wendy
they want me to be in it.
Williams.
One person asks me, I say no.
Talking to
Another
her,
person
like,
asks me,
Wendy
I'm
just
like,
came out. She just came in with the show.
no. People keep asking me. Now, mind you, they've been giving food, they've been giving drinks, and I'm just starting to feel like, yo, I'm being like cornered, like, and I'm not in a professional situation. Like, I came here for a party, but I'm being pressured to do business, and I'm not in the right mind. I'm under the influence, and I don't feel like it's fair that I'm having to deal with this right now.
All righty, there it is. So Demetrius was making all kind of faces, and Demetrius, I don't know if y'all know, but Demetrius is an attorney. So what do
In
you?
this
What, now she's
entertainment world.
actually suing for what? Sexual intimidation?
She's not.
What
she's
is
no
that?
longer suing.
I don't think she's.
She dropped the.
If she
When
was
did she
ever
drop
suing,
it? No, she was.
If she was ever, no, she said, I'm going to sue. I'm going to institute legal action. I've never seen a complaint, and nobody ever seen anything like that. And on Wendy yesterday, she said, I feel like it's reached a resolution.
resolved, yeah.
Let me tell you something about the courts. The courts move fast. They don't move that damn fast. So she didn't sue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fine, we'll take the lawsuit off the table. That's not because she told Larry King she was going to sue because I watched
Yeah.
that clip. But we can take that off the table. But still, I mean, she made a lot of noise. Like she got a lot of backlash, and people were coming for her. What do we think about that? What do we think
I have a
about?
lot of thoughts.
Okay, let's hear from you.
I really do. First of all, I'm actually super impressed because this happens in the industry so much. I think it happens in the industry so much. Whatever.
Ignore Demetrius.
It's fine.
and
So
make
I
your
think it
statement.
have his turn.
Yes,
You
I
go
think it
ahead,
happens. I think
girl.
it happens both ways.
Speak your mind.
Yes, I think it happens both ways, and I honestly am very impressed that she felt she could, be as honest about it as she did. Like, I think that was really cool, and I feel like she didn't take any prisoners. She was just very honest about it. She said what she thought. Her and Trey Songz are friends, the way she describes it. So I do feel like she could have talked to him directly, but for her explanation was, why handle it privately when you didn't handle it privately? You put me out in a song, and I told you I didn't want to be in it. And then you put it publicly out there. So for me, I'm impressed.
All right.
I don't know. I just.
So you think she did a good thing by kind of standing up for basically her rights and
Yeah, I think because I watched her snaps before they started going crazy. I watch her snaps pretty often, so I was like looking at them like, wow, this is crazy, and I didn't realize how people were going to pick it up. So then a few minutes later, I see it on Baller, and I see it on every Shade Room. I see it on all these places. Before you know it, it's interview. Even the way that her interview with Wendy Williams was. Wendy was like, talk about what happened with you and Trey Songz. She was like, why? You already told everybody what happened.
Yeah.
She was she's still standing her ground. I think that's really dope. She's so young. And Wendy Williams was like, okay, well, sorry, I wasn't there. And she was like, yeah, you weren't, but somehow
Yeah,
you
I
knew what to
see that,
say.
yeah.
And that was bold. And then she said, listen, for me, it's just like, I don't want to be taken advantage of. And I feel like I should have said something.
Okay.
Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. Whether I'm impressed, yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you're upset.
Demetrius.
Okay.
There's way more
Demetrius,
energy in Demetrius.
Okay,
you
what?
can't. I gotta reprimand Demetrius.
Okay, what's
I
going
gotta
on?
reprimand my male me.
What's going on?
You gotta act like you're at least interested in being on the show. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think.
Like you're having a little bit of fun.
It
Like
has
you're
nothing to do with
really
that.
engaging.
It has nothing to do with that. I'm listening to what Stacy is saying,
Yeah.
and I'm giving my
And you
body
hate it.
language to communicate to America that I think is bullshit. So-
I think what I said is bullshit now.
Why?
No, I think she sincerely believes what she said.
she
She said,
Oh my gosh, I do.
But what about you? What is your take?
if Kiki Palmer in the few weeks has said a number of things about this, and I've only found her to be incorrect about a number of things.
About what?
A few things. One, she said, if I was a guy, this wouldn't have happened. No, it would have.
Yeah, I
If
do think it happens both ways.
Right. If you were a guy and your name was in that song, and I invited you to a party, I would try to get you in the video. And so my only problem.
Yeah.
Let me just say this in the rap world, because I
You're
started.
making it-
No,
but
let
you're
me
making it
finish.
very black
Let
and
me
white.
finish. Let me
Yeah.
finish. That's the only thing I have a problem with is when you try to make it seem like Trey Songz is damn near a sexual predator. That F's with his career in a way that I don't know if you're justified to make that claim because of this. And so when it comes to like hip hop music and stuff like that's where I started as an entertainment attorney. There's a whole bunch of stuff you do to get a guy to give you a verse, and it ain't got nothing to do with her being a female. What it has something to do with is her name was in the song.
So
That's it.
you don't think? Okay.
I don't even know what the hell sexual intimidation is.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't think any of us. So it's definitely not a legal term, right?
I mean, it can be. You can give it a legal definition if you combine sexual with intimidation. I don't know if there's a tort action for it. Maybe harassment, maybe some type of form of battery or something like that. No, there is, but it's more of a criminal thing. It does not apply in this particular circumstance. Like somebody said, you can leave. She don't want to leave. She want to go hide in the closet. So you got to think about who you dealing with. She seems quite dramatic to me all the fucking time. She does.
Wait, why should
We dropped the F-bomb. We're not even 10 minutes into the show.
Right.
Hey,
You
it's
gonna go hide in the closet? Leave the party.
Wait a minute.
That
She
was that
said
she was
she
young, she's uncomfortable, she didn't quite know what to do,
I
and it
could
was
totally
a
be
weird
in-
predicament, and I
Yeah.
could
And she tried to get Wendy on board with that, and she was like, I'm sure you know Wendy, and Wendy's like, no,
No, I
I
would
do
just
not know.
leave.
I would just leave.
And I would have too, but that
Kiki's-
doesn't apply to everybody.
Wendy is 92 years old.
Well, she's saying if she was
Kiki-
younger.
She was talking about
Kiki is
throughout her
23.
career.
Her career, has
Wendy
she been
was
in those
talking. She
situations?
asked Wendy, and Wendy answered
Wendy didn't
throughout
always
her.
make good decisions.
Wendy answered throughout her career. We're not talking about good
all
decisions.
We're talking about
this particular decision.
But you can't say what you would have done and what you wouldn't have done.
Yes, I can say. I know me. I know what I do.
You kind of can, because especially because I know at 23 years old at a party, if I'm tipsy and I felt uncomfortable, like I would leave, and so I get it. But I get that doesn't apply to everybody because everybody's different and how you react to stimulus is different.
But
And
she
that's
also
great.
said that she called an Uber,
Well,
and the Uber wasn't going to be there on time.
Let
She
me
said that
say
in her
this,
Snapchat.
'cause
Then go outside.
we're dealing
That's what
with-
Charlamagne said.
But she made it sound like some rape situation was like about to go down. Because get me wrong, I
just
when
wanna
I
talk.
heard the tap.
Just when y'all
I'm
were
sorry.
done.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I just want to
'cause
say
I did
a
cut
couple
you off.
things.
Go ahead.
I want both of these perspectives to be
I
out,
just
but
knew
continue.
I didn't follow when the snaps came out, so I didn't know what was going on. But everything I've seen since then, it seems very aggressive what she's saying happened without actually saying what has happened. So
Okay.
it leaves people
Right.
able to speculate, like, well, what did he really do? Like, did he like grab you and like make you feel
No,
like
no.
it just felt really weird.
Let me, because what we're dealing with the aftermath of what
we
she
weren't
was
there.
presented with. So do you think it's right to do a pop-up video once your guests are drinking, and because I know sometimes we'll be hanging out or whatever, and you'll get your phone out,
Yeah.
and it's fun because I know it's not going anyplace, it's just us, but I wouldn't want America to see that. I wouldn't want that to be on some video.
Totally
you know?
agree.
And
Totally
I think she
agree.
was being very responsible by saying, you know what, hey, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not in the mindset to make any type of professional decisions.
Right. I
That's
agree
great.
with everything. All that's fine. That's cool. I get her standing up for herself. The only problem that I had is when I saw the sexual intimidation factor
How
of
old
it.
is? But see, because now that we don't know, like
We
the
know,
nuts and bolts of that.
no.
How old is Trey
Wait.
Songz?
We know based on what she said. It doesn't substantiate that claim based on what she said. If there's something else, like Courtney was saying, she needs to say that. From what I heard, I'm like, I don't get this, and then that taints the entire thing.
But because even on Wendy, when she made the comment about sexual intimidation, Wendy said something to the effect of, "Oh, so there was something else happening we weren't privy to," and she didn't clarify anything in that. So
'Cause it
that
wasn't.
leaves people
Well,
open
that doesn't
for.
necessarily mean there
Do
wasn't.
you think she means male or? I don't think she meant to say sexual intimidation. I think it's
How
more
old
of
is
like a
she?
male
She
or
said it in
female
every
thing.
interview that
How-
she's done.
How old is Trey Songz?
Like 25.
He's only 25.
He's definitely not no 25. He's got to be older than
I
that.
think he's 30.
12.
She's 23.
Does anybody know how old Trey Songz is?
That's young. 23
very
is young.
young.
She ain't very young. She 23.
And she has been in the business.
ain't
I
very
think
young.
That's a
23
different.
is right. It's a different. And see, the thing is too, she's been doing a lot of. If you keep up with her, she's on all
Asserting
the blogs.
her
She got
sexy.
now. Let's get to that. She got a book coming out.
I want to
Surprise,
talk.
surprise.
Okay.
She got a
Yeah,
book
she got
coming
a
out.
book coming
Surprise,
out.
surprise.
But I wouldn't.
I
But
thought
this
it
is.
was-
Oh, Trey Songz is 32.
32.
Oh, he older than I thought he was.
He's up. Okay, let me not say.
He
I
a
was gonna
grown
say,
man.
Yeah, that's okay. So
that's a
32.
lot.
So you can't see how she might have felt. Like this is a little too heavy for me.
For sure.
This is a little too
disputing
much.
that. Nobody's
There's
disputing
no
that.
argument there, for
Well,
sure.
that's probably what she meant by
By sexual
sexual
intimidation.
intimidation, where it's like, okay, you know,
At which point did she mean that? At the point that people educated her and said that's
think
not
she
sexual
means-
intimidation?
We don't know what sexual intimidation.
No,
really
we do.
is.
No.
You said you didn't know.
No. I said I don't know. Jokingly, we're trying
If
to say
that's a
it has a
thing.
sexual component. She knows that he didn't do that. My thing is, I think she's just drumming up stuff extra, and she didn't need to. She just say it was enough that I'm there, and he wouldn't let me. He tried to record me. That was
Yes.
it. Right now, I was looking at statistics. There are like 169,000 people in jail for sexual assault. That's a lot of folk.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, sexual assault is a very serious thing, and I don't like it played with and just tossed around. Because then when women are actually assaulted or they're in this situation, people are more reluctant to believe them every time you have somebody do stuff
But
like
how
this.
do we know she wasn't? Here's my
Because based on what she
No,
said.
but that
she
doesn't
won't fill in
matter.
the blank.
Then if that don't matter,
It
why are
doesn't
we
matter.
talking about
If I
this?
say I'm going
Right.
to sue somebody for X, Y, Z,
But you don't. People
I don't
say
have
that all
to
the
tell
time.
you all the details.
Bree, she ain't suing
I mean, I
them
got to tell
though.
the court all the details.
She's not
well,
suing them, though.
apparently she's not. But that's what she was claiming to do. She obviously felt some kind of way that she
No.
was put in a position.
No.
Yeah, no,
No.
what?
She
What
got
are
a book
you
coming out.
disagreeing with?
No, it can't be about the
That's
book.
not
It can't
right.
be about the
She
book.
gave
It's not
both
about the
paths.
book.
Like in one breath, she's saying, "I'm a professional. I ain't got no hair and makeup here. Like I can't be on camera." We get that, but then in the next breath, you're sexually intimidated. Like I don't. Like
forgot all about
is
that.
it both? Like what? Wait, what?
I think it's all of it. Listen, I do understand both sides. I think it's not possible to say, like, we weren't there, so for...
I've been sexually intimidated.
No, I'm not going. And because that's becoming
And
a
I'ma
new
tell you
thing,
my story.
Stacy,
For what, that we weren't
for people
there?
to say, "Oh, we weren't there." What I was is in the room listening to you tell me all the details about it. These are the facts. You testified. This is what you said happened.
No, I
if there's
get
something
that.
else,
I get
you
that.
should have said it.
I get that.
Because
I get
otherwise,
that.
you're convicting Trey Songz in the court of public opinion. You gave your testimony. He said what he didn't add anything to it. So we got to judge it based on what was said.
He tweeted out and he said this could have been done. He said, like,
What'd he
girls
say?
got my number. You could have just called me. She heard us say action. That was the tweet I remember. So he did respond, and like then she said on the interview yesterday that I haven't directly heard from him, that she just heard from her manager. That said he didn't know, whatever. So, I definitely understand what you're saying. I just think she used the wrong phrase then, maybe.
Of something, because that could be slander is what you're basically saying. Because that's a harsh accusation to make. Why
Sure.
isn't he suing her?
Huh? Because everybody's
probably-
not litigious like that.
He's probably
You
like-
know how many people I could sue every day? I don't just go around just throwing lawsuits and throwing. And I'm a lawyer, so I can do it myself. But hell, it's expensive.
What I'm
Hope
saying,
it'll
no,
go
if
away.
somebody made an accusation that was that serious
Yeah.
or defamatory against me, I think I would have I would have encountered it.
depends. Sometimes
a
you just
little
want it to go
more
away. Oh well, that's possible.
strongly. That's
possible.
what I'm saying.
Well, maybe he
I
just
wouldn't
wanted to go
just
away.
shoot it away. She
You're
tripping,
right.
baby girl
Or
bugging,
hell,
baby
he
girl
may not
bugging.
even know what the hell it is. Like a lot of people. Like what's
everybody's like,
that?
what is
But he
sexual
was there
intimidation?
though,
Maybe he
so
don't
he
remember.
What is that?
Yeah, he
Alcohol
probably remembers though,
has
because he
a
was the
way
one who did the
of-
Did
video.
he touch it?
Making
Like,
you.
did he
Well, then
smack
he
it
says.
or
Well,
like
he
grab
says
her
it.
too
The
much?
lyric is, "I want to palm."
But that's the
her.
lyric. So you're saying because he used the lyric in your image, therefore that is the sexual intimidation?
No,
Is
I
that
think
what we
she.
going for?
I think she
No,
felt
no.
like she was. And let me tell you this. I remember being 17, and on a job, like a little job interview, temp interview, and I didn't know the term sexual intimidation, and I didn't tell
Honey, we
anybody.
don't still.
But
Y'all are dying.
but I went to this job interview,
Intimidating somebody based on
and
gender.
the one of the.
You said she intimidated?
Can I finish my goddamn point?
It's his fault.
Huh?
You go get it.
You know you threatened to
you see
stab
I've been
me on the
military
last show. I gotta post that clip. You threatened to stab me on the last show.
That's so intense.
Listen. So
You were 17, working.
So the guy says to me, so I do an interview, and I sure enough didn't mean to use the Lord's name in vain. Forgive me, Jesus, it's Demetrius. So I'm sitting there doing the interview, and the guy is getting ready, and he's the one in charge. He's going to make the decision, supervisor, and it was like for a temp job or something, some summer thing. So the guy is getting ready to give me a business card, and he says, "Can I put it in your pocket?" Because I had a pocket, like right over, and I said, "Sure," and he did. He slipped it right in. Now that's out of line.
Of course.
That's out of line.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So would we call that sexual intimidation?
No, I call that sexual harassment.
Exactly. That's sexual
I
harassment.
call it kind of grabbing your titty.
He touched you.
I can't.
I don't even.
You had no sympathy for the young Riri? Young Riri who was
I don't know. How
It's
do
a
you
little
feel
bit
about it?
out
How do you feel about it?
Did you like it? Were you comfortable?
Hell no, I didn't like it. It was one of those situations where
Where
I was
just
like,
like,
I
oh
didn't
my
know
gosh.
what the hell
Yeah.
to do.
What state were you in? Were you
It
in
was
Michigan?
California.
What's the age of consent?
I don't.
No,
I think
it wasn't.
It's 18.
I was, yeah.
It's 18 in California.
In California, I think it was 17.
Is it?
I think it's 17.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but this is what I will say. I do think that so many times women just sweep things like that under the rug.
Of course.
And my thing was not a big thing. It was absolutely inappropriate. It should have never been done. But because we don't want to get the flack, because we don't, want the court of public
you don't wanna
opinion
make
coming at
waves.
us, saying that we're being dramatic or whatever. So sometimes women just.
and that's oh
ahead.
my gosh, and that's exactly what I'm saying, because the fact that she was so honest about it, and like yes, I definitely don't want Trey Songz' name to be slandered if he did not do what she said he did in the terms of sexual intimidation or whatever. But I do think regardless, the situation was she felt intimidated based on the fact that she came there for one thing and then somebody told her to do something else. And she talked about it. I think even a couple months ago, I was at a party and a guy was like, "You're so beautiful, blah, blah." I said, "Thanks, cool." I'm thinking I'm gonna walk away. He's like, what did he say to me that was so stupid? He said, "Can I kiss your shoulders?" Because I had a dress that was like off shoulder. He was like, "I'm sorry, all that is unnecessary. Get away from me."
I feel you on that.
You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't.
no argument
and
here.
I'm just saying. I think it's just that whole like you're being dramatic. Because who was I going to tell or what was I going to talk to?
Let
about?
it be known, I didn't say she was being dramatic.
I said it. I said it
I don't
in
think she's being
regards
dramatic.
to trying
I
to
just-
label it something that she did not speak on to the extent to justify it.
Does she owe us the full explanation?
If you're gonna
She didn't
broadcast
even-
it,
If you about to walk around talking about he's a sexual intimidator, you can say
I don't think she didn't do
because
it.
my thing is
She
what I'm
didn't say,
trying
but
to say.
said she was sexually intimidated.
intimidated.
So that's a little different.
Like she felt like he's a man, and I don't know how to say no to this man. I think if it's a girl, your girl's like,
let me
"Girl,
say
just
this.
stop."
Let me say this. Though.
You know?
Seriously, guys, if somebody, and no rape allegations were thrown around, but if somebody raped somebody, they're a rapist. If somebody sexually intimidates somebody, they're a sexual intimidator. That's just how it flows.
I don't know.
So it's nothing wrong for her standing up saying he was wrong for bringing me here under
False pretense.
I feel her on that. You want your
Absolutely.
makeup and everything to be
Yeah,
like,
you drunk,
you
you don't
giving
put
me
me on
drunk,
camera.
you don't want,
Like, you don't know what you're gonna be
So can
you
we
doing.
ain't
admit
got
he was
nothing
wrong for
signed.
that?
He said he was
Absolutely.
prepared. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
just a cheap way to do a video. You're trying to save a buck on my.
And how much was she gonna get paid?
Nothing.
You don't think you would have said something later?
He was gonna palm her stuff.
And she might not like the lyric. I get why she didn't want to do all this. I'm in total agreement with her.
That would make me.
If that was my client, I'd be pissed and I would cuss him out.
They start playing the song, and I hear in the song you talk about palming my stuff.
Right. That's
That's like a shout out on a hip hop.
Are you kidding?
I'm not saying.
No, that's not necessarily bad. That's not necessarily bad.
I think that's horrible.
Somebody is definitely.
I think that's horrible.
I
Yes.
can't even get this out what I want to say. We need to move on. This is spiraling.
You gotta say it.
We don't want you to say it.
With that.
You ain't never wanted somebody to palm yourself in here.
I knew it was
I
coming.
hate you.
The fact that Courtney egged it on. Courtney egged it on. She said,
I can't stand. Courtney. See, that's why we're in military green today, and we didn't plan this.
We didn't.
We're ready. We got something for him. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to the dating and the waiting game.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, we got a lot to talk about. So we know we all want love. We want to give love. We want to be loved. So when you're in the market for a mate, the topic of sex will always be waiting in the wings. When is the ideal time to bring up sex? I love that picture. Timing is everything. So the wrong time could mean offending a potential love interest, but not talking about it could also send the wrong signs or waste a lot of valuable time if you're not completely on the same page, if you got two different viewpoints, and of course our moral, religious, and philosophical beliefs, play a part in everything. So we kind of want to get your take, and I love this.
The 90 days.
When to have sex? We have all this information. We have Steve Harvey, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. That was a #1 Times bestseller too. There's a lot of good stuff in that book.
Do you think it's weird that he gives us marriage advice, but like he's been married 3 times? I don't think it's weird, but I've heard so many comedians over the past week talk about it for some reason.
Good question. I haven't read the book. I've read excerpts from the book, but he's really given women an insight into the way men think. So it's really about act like a lady and understand the power that you have as a woman. I don't think it's a marriage book.
Right.
I don't think it's a book on
I guess not this specific book, but just in general. I just heard so many comedians over the week talk about him giving advice about. They disqualified the advice? Basically, they were like, when did we appoint him as like our person to do so? And probably they were talking directly about his show because he does have a very.
To me.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was very surprised about it. They were just saying he's been married 3 times and his 3rd wife is like the mistress from his 2nd marriage and blah blah blah, which I actually didn't know. So they're like, why are we listening to him? I'm like, listen,
well, he's a
man.
He figured it out.
He figured it out.
Maybe.
So
he's a man. And he says he made no qualms about it. He used to be
he talks about him and say,
he's been on that side of things. And he said, when men approach you, they always have an intention in mind. You believe that? How do you feel about that?
That's a great question.
An intention in mind.
Yeah,
you have a plan. When you intend a woman, you have a plan.
Yeah,
well, that could be the plan.
It just depends on, but that plan isn't necessarily evil or good. It just depends on what I need. Hell, if I approach you at the Starbucks and you're a barista, I want a damn coffee. It just depends.
No, but when you approach a girl with you're attracted to her, do you have an idea of what you want from her?
If I just want sex or if I want something more. No, I don't know that until I talk to you. But every woman that I have ever been with, kissed, touched, or just had a conversation with, there's something there where I've decided, okay, is this somebody that I could see having sex with, being married, or just being friends? Of course, that always happens, and it could be a split-second thing, but it's nothing that I think women need to worry about, because I think every woman that talks to me has an agenda or has an intention, whether it's like, even if they're not looking at me in that way at all, then that's still an intention that is not to be with me until I, say, come here.
When do you think the right time to bring up sex in a new dating situation is? And let me put this out, a disclaimer. What we're doing is we're not talking about a hookup. We're coming from the perspective that, you want long-term love. You want a relationship, right? It's not a quick hookup. this is kind of where we're coming from.
Gotcha.
So Courtney,
What?
Courtney, I see your lip is trembling. It's time for you to
Not-
talk.
not
I know
her
when you
lip
got
is
something to say.
trembling.
I know her
That's
tails.
amazing.
I know her tails.
What
Go ahead.
just
So what?
happened?
I don't subscribe to this like formula. I don't know what that even means. Like, how do you say like, oh, it's only this amount of time or it's this amount? Like, it depends on the person. It depends.
When is
on
it
what
like
you
too
have.
soon though, Courtney?
but you have
At
some type of philosophy.
At some point, it's too soon.
Too soon to like just
today.
bring up sex.
Like
or
I
like,
just met you, I'm like, yeah. So you know, when's the last time you had sex? That's too soon.
I'm gonna say something.
God damn. What you about to say?
I actually really think that's hilarious. And
I would think that's funny. That's my point. And
No,
all that,
he's
I would
serious
think, no, I would think that was funny if some dude said that to
I
me.
can see how that could be
And
funny.
I'd be like, you fucking playing. And that would start a conversation, and that end up could be, like, it just depends. I'm just being really honest.
You gonna hit that?
because let me say that if that's the conversation starter, I'm like,
my God.
yeah, I'm about to get this.
It's one, if he's, like, creepy as hell, like, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's some guys that would just do that, thinking they're being funny, like, as a, like, I've had some
Laugh you right
random
out
shit,
their
and I
panties.
would,
You gonna giggle right on.
in my defense, ain't nobody giggled me out of my panties the first day we met.
And you gonna be like,
Right.
how we end up having sex?
I'm
He
just
was
saying
so
that's never
funny.
happened.
He was so funny.
But I could imagine that perhaps
I can't deal with you guys
somebody.
at all.
When do you?
Somebody has definitely tried that. Well, I just think it's really funny that in the movies they make like the conversation of sex never even happens. You know what I mean? It's like long term or hookup or not. Like I don't actually hear it. Like you just live your life in a movie or a show. I just was kind of relaying into like when do you have it? And like of course when it's appropriate to me. I think I agree with Courtney. I don't think there's a specific formula. I do think the first date is too soon. Hell
Well,
no.
that's why we're talking about it,
Yeah.
because there is no specific formula.
Right,
And
like, so
everybody
just-
has, Steve Harvey says, wait 90 days.
Not to bring it up.
to talk,
maybe
not to
it's
talk
to
about
do
it.
it.
To do it, not
Oh,
bring it up.
that's what I mean.
Okay.
Right, to do it 90 days. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about bringing
Bringing
it
it
up,
up.
but still, everybody has, there's no set one way of doing things.
Sure.
Everybody has, go ahead, freak of the week, what you got to say?
Freak of the week. Freak of the week. You're out of control.
I have some thoughts now. I don't even want to say
damn.
them.
No, you
it
wanna talk
depends.
now.
If I bring it up if I think you're aroused, so then that's the time.
Oh, so how do you bring it up? What do you say?
That's interesting.
What would you say?
I don't know. It
Do
depends
you
on.
think about it before, like, or does it kind of just come?
No, I think about it. I'm very strategic. I have to figure out what. It depends on the person. I have to read this person and figure out, okay, what type of person this is. If she's the type that wants to hear something very blunt, or is she the type where I have to finesse this more? So it just depends.
So are you being yourself in those situations, or are you just kind of trying to like get in where you fit in?
I'm just trying to get some pussy. What are we doing? And that's how it is sometimes. But other times it's like I'm trying to get this girl. It just
we're not doing a
depends.
hookup.
They're all me. They're all me. That's how guys are. They're all me.
Because like a hookup could last for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
can
she's
hook up a long time.
Like,
So okay, y'all. Why?
I don't think, but we're not. But we're saying relationship. Like
that's
she
a relationship.
We're saying we assume that everybody wants
exclusive a relationship.
Okay.
That's what
everybody
What if it's an
wants
exclusive
some
sexual
type of
relationship?
companion or yes.
Yeah.
Let's
that
go with what
happens.
they want to go with.
Okay.
No.
I
think
would bring it up. I would probably bring it up. If it hadn't come up, I'll probably bring it up. I'm not at least like too sure to say it. I can wait 2 weeks
Before you start talking about sex.
before I start talking
And
about it.
what
But it's going to have to come up.
Do you think you have a right to know about somebody's past?
Yes.
Ooh, that's such a good question. Mm-hmm. I think everybody, absolutely. If you're going to be sexual with them, absolutely.
So you have a right to know. And what do you?
Yeah.
What's the line of questioning? What is acceptable line of questioning, and what is not acceptable? And that, of course, would depend on the person.
Sure.
But I'm saying, how do you handle that? What are your thoughts going into this? Because everybody says, okay, I know what I'm going to say this, but I won't say that. What are you trying to know?
Right.
I think you probably
And
want to know
why?
how many people they've been with.
I think so. Too.
That's really what you want to know.
That ain't
curious.
really none of your business, America.
I mean,
and
I still
Demetrius.
ask. Like, you don't, because, I mean, people are going to lie, but I would still ask.
See,
You would
America.
ask to put
Somebody's
a
sensitive
knife?
about that. America. Somebody's sensitive
I will
about
cut
that.
your ass.
Why you
If
don't
you
like
ask me,
bad thing.
do not, because it ain't none of your business.
Why? Why?
But do you want to ask him?
But that's your sexual
No.
history.
Really?
I would never ask him.
Wow,
What am I gonna
that's
ask?
interesting.
All I need to know is that you know what you're doing.
Well, Sheree, why don't you just say
Like, I want you to have
How
some
many?
time of
How many?
experience.
It's a bit Sheree.
So
How many has he
stupid.
been?
I would never say.
So it's out there. You never have to answer it again. How many?
I never have to answer it.
Exactly.
Ever.
Just own that number, man.
Right.
What's your number,
Why
Courtney?
does it matter?
They're out of control.
What's your number, Courtney?
Mine is small. It won't be impressive.
Wait, but I just think it's
For me?
hilarious.
What's your
that-
number?
I'm a virgin.
You a liar too.
I put it like this. It's not near. I bet you your number's higher than mine.
Well, goddamn.
I bet you any amount of money your number's higher
At
than
the
mine.
table, I
Not
would guess
any
that
amount of
myself.
money.
I think you're winning. I think you're winning. Sheree, they just let you on us.
Are these chicks? This
Please,
chick? So
King
funny.
Kong. No, not me. I did not.
This
I bet.
undynamic duo.
Write it down. Write it down on a piece of
All
paper.
right, right,
Oh my gosh,
And then
that would actually kill me
Good
if you guys
try.
start writing and
We can put,
exchanging.
everybody has their secret
Good
number
try.
in a
Well,
pad.
one thing I
Guess
would
who?
never ask. See, that's the thing. I'm never going to ask a question
That
that
you
I
won't
don't
answer.
want to know the
Yeah.
answer to, number one. And two, that I won't answer.
Ooh, well, let's talk about that
Well, I
because we
think we
talked about the bisexuals and whatnot.
Yes, ma'am.
But you want to know the answer to that?
The bisexual?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you will ask that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to find that out in the beginning.
I think it's important
Yes.
to ask when was the last time you were tested.
Yes,
I
that's a
think
good one.
I think that's. Wait, what? Oh, you had a face like that's not important.
No, I don't want
I
to know
think
the
it's
last time
very
you
important.
tested. I want to know when we will test. Like, because you can tell me I was tested like
That's a
a
good
month
point.
ago.
Of course,
What's
but I just wanna know
happened
when was the
since
last-
then?
How do
Of course,
y'all
but-
bring that up though? Because that's not really like a get you in the mood sort of
It's not a
question.
sexy
No.
question, but it's such
It's like
an
picking
appropriate
out
question.
burial
So
plots.
you ask that
Yeah.
separate from the
Yeah, to me that would
other
come up in like
settings.
normal
That's like
conversation.
real,
I'm getting to know
because
you.
it's like that's
Right.
important.
Like that's not the crustacean conversation.
That's not the sexy
That's not we at
conversation.
dinner. We already a little buzz.
Right,
talking
right.
about-
we had
That's
in and
yeah.
out and drive through.
Exactly.
And I just thought I should talk to you about
Okay.
something.
You don't want to talk about potential crabs while you eating crabs. You just don't want to do that.
Man, them crabs be so good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this reminds me.
I haven't been in so long.
So would you? Okay, so let me ask this though. Do you guys want to know? Because I would imagine if you're going to have the talk about getting tested, would you want to know if you were the only one? Are you seeing other people? How are we going to do this? Don't you kind of want to get an understanding?
I think if you're trying to be in a committed, exclusive relationship, these are all must questions that both people should ask. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say,
How
like,
soon though
absolutely.
do you ask about
That's
the
what I'm saying.
exclusivity? Because that's where things get murky.
And you let the man do that
And
as
I'm
women.
new to that because I've never had to do that. So I'm curious about that.
Did you hear what
yes,
you just
I heard
said?
her say that.
Repeat
You
that
let the man
question.
do it.
I don't even
Repeat
think
that
it was a
question.
question.
I
It was a
said, or do
statement.
you let the man do that?
Oh, she
You
said,
answer
or
that
do you?
question.
Okay, okay.
You answer. What do you do?
I let the man do that.
You will get fucked over by doing that. Because
Will she?
You
guys,
can determine when it's acceptable. Like
What's acceptable?
when you being the only one, you're not asserting yourself. Like, okay, I'm in my feelings at this point. I feel good about what we're doing and what we're about to do, and I want to be the only one. You letting him decide?
Won't
when,
do that. No. I'm going to ultimately make the decision. He's going to bring it up. That's how I roll.
So then, does that mean you don't sleep with him until he brings it up?
What?
We have 4 minutes, guys.
Okay, so we have to have a part two. This is
we can have a
crazy.
part two.
No, I need to
Yeah.
know.
But she,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I, so this is questions. This is
Will
interesting
you?
question.
So you won't sleep with him until he's brought up the idea
Yeah,
of exclusivity?
I would think. See, now I'm in that 90-day to marriage. I'm somewhere in between the two of them for waiting. So he's not getting none.
Okay,
For
back
a
when he
long time.
would get some, before
Okay.
you reach this phase.
Yeah.
Did you still have the same philosophy that you're waiting on him to bring it up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a problem, and that has
It's
been
never been a problem for me.
That has. It may not be a problem for you,
Hello?
but that is the reason why we have so many "he did me wrong" love songs by women, because you leave this gray area open. And when you messing around with a bunch of women, and then one says, "I want to be exclusive," you can't just cut all these girls off like that.
Well, I think
so you're
that's-
gonna need
no,
some
no.
time to wind
no,
that
those are
down.
two
You're
different-
right.
It's not two different
No, no,
things,
no,
because
no.
you need to bring that up early. Because if you just let it just sit out there,
I see
I'm
what
just
you're
gonna
saying.
let
I
it sit out
agree,
there.
but
I
what
see what
I'm
you're
never
saying.
gonna do is, and it's my ego or whatever, I'm never gonna say, hey, I want to be exclusive
I
with
wanna be
you.
your girlfriend
I'm
and
never,
come
ever
on,
in a
that's-
zillion years gonna say that.
Why not.
No, but I want to understand what your intentions are in the beginning. What are you looking for? Where are you in this? I definitely want to know that. I want to have that
she'll
information.
put that out there, right?
Yes. And then when he's like, usually the guy will say, you know what, I just want to see you.
Like, I understand the sentiment of that.
I
as
understand what you're
frustrated as
saying.
you
I
are,
think
because
it's like being chased.
Because in the past, like my past experience, it hasn't been like, let's talk about exclusivity, like brought on by me. It's legit been the dude.
Do you want to be exclusive most of the time?
Wow, what do you think of me? I have only
She's only been in a long-term relationship.
No, I'm
long term.
Y'all don't be listening to her.
I feel like you kind of get.
She
I
gets
feel like
you
it's
better
because
get them
Courtney's very
panties.
open-minded, and you give several different perspectives.
But I
every
feel like
answer.
you
I
get
think-
pulled into them, not that you decide I want one. I can't see you saying I want to be exclusive with him. I see that it kind of develops.
That is a little bit true, but I would also say that in terms of people I'm attracted to and choose to, I don't tend to be super attracted to hoes. So in general, the guys that I've sort of messed around with weren't like super hoish to begin with, and were very clear and aggressive about their intentions towards me very quickly. So that history is history, but that's not my
So
president.
that's the
I don't
sentiment
know
she's
moving
talking
forward.
about,
So that's what I'm saying.
though.
That's
Yeah.
why I understand
I feel
the
like
sentiment.
Steve Harvey kind of what he said, and I'm paraphrasing, and is that you have to just demand what you want. If you want to be in an exclusive relationship and you want to be in it with this person, if they haven't brought it up, you need to bring it up.
But that's just making your intentions clear, though.
Right. It's different than saying like I'm asking you out to be your boyfriend.
I
like, or
agree
to be
with making your intentions clear from the beginning.
It's so
Like,
easy
this
to
is-
play, y'all. It's so easy because you know what? Make your intentions clear. You want to be in an exclusive relationship. Okay, great. Now what?
We're
I'ma still go
exclusive.
fuck everybody around. Now what?
Oh no.
But I know your intentions.
But now I know. But once you know his
Interesting.
intentions, and that's his reaction, then you know he's not.
Well,
the
no, I'm
one
gonna
then.
tell
I'm not gonna tell you my intentions. You
not
just
gonna
I want to
tell me.
receive yours.
No, but I'm going to ask you your intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Like,
gonna
it's not
have
gonna be
that
a one-sided
conversation.
conversation.
Do you want children? Are
But
you
like
trying
Courtney
to get
was
married
about
at
to
some
say-
point? In general, not to
Yeah,
me.
I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to have kids. You know what? And I want to be in an exclusive relationship.
So you're a player.
Could happen. Yeah.
So you're a player.
So I just don't know if I want to be in an exclusive relationship with you. Like you wouldn't finish the conversation because the conversation
So-
is about you two.
Steve Harvey is warning us against brothers like Demetrius. So thank you, Steve. I don't care what nobody says about Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Happiness
dope. No,
and
Steve is
joy
dope.
is what
Lord
I
have mercy.
bring.
Well, oh my God, I can't believe that
Heartache
we're
and
coming to the end of
pain.
our show. Okay,
That went so fast.
we have so much more to talk about. So we will have a part 2 next week to our the waiting game, and yeah, we got a lot to talk about. You want to hurry up and you want to do your Halo Award?
I can do it really quick. Pull it
Yeah,
up.
let's do the Halo Award real quick.
Yes.
Steve, throw that joint up. Look, let me say this. First, I just want to, on Black History Month, say to BET that I'm very proud of the job that they did
Yes.
on the New Edition movie.
So good.
And on a lot of the programming that they have there, BET has really stepped it up. I think it's Stephen Hill, Robbie Reed. And it's so too many
Yes.
people to name over there.
Debbie, yep.
They're just doing a really good job
Robbie
and making
Reed.
black people proud and giving us a really great network to watch.
Again,
New
love
Edition
it.
was absolutely amazing.
It was amazing.
so
Fantastic,
good, and I'm
fantastic.
so proud
I
of those
cried
guys.
like a baby at Ron's wedding. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so sweet.
I mean, I wasn't there. I'm saying when I watched.
Yeah.
It was really, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away. You guys can catch it on demand. I'm sure Netflix or whatever,
BET.
but Hulu, whatever, BET. It was amazing.
Really good. I'm so
Three-part
happy that we
series.
all
Very
like
well done.
agreed on that.
Loved
You
it.
know what I mean? Like it was just.
Loved it.
And I think the guys did such a good.
Yeah. And a lot of those guys I know, but how great was the freaking casting?
That's
It
what
was
I'm
fantastic.
saying. Like there was amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, I want to just they're all.
Okay.
I don't want to do any specific shout outs because you're all dope.
They were
You're
all
dope.
amazing.
You're all dope.
So we're gonna go around. Courtney, start with you. How they can keep up with you, our audience, and final takeaways.
I'm everywhere at Stuart Starlet. Final takeaways is we obviously need more conversation about this next week, which will be quite entertaining.
You can find me at Aya Demetrius. My takeaway is, demand what you want from the people in your life, whether they be male, your president, or what have you.
You can't. Sorry.
You can demand.
I have a piggyback over that. I'm writing it down now.
That's hilarious. You guys can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace. And my final takeaway is take a deep breath.
I like that, Stacy. That was great. Well, Sheree Fletcher across all media platforms, and you can't demand nothing from nobody, but you can be intentional. And that's my advice.
Sheree,
We
go
love
get
y'all.
y'all
Bye,
feelings
guys.
hurt.
Thank you.
Sheree, go get y'all feelings hurt.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram @KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.